The first red flag should have been the vacation. Not because of where we were going, because of who planned it. My husband Jason never planned anything. Ever. Birthdays, me. Anniversaries, me. Family trips, also me. So when he suddenly announced a luxury vacation to Italy for our 10th anniversary, I was shocked. And honestly, a little touched. Maybe that was my mistake. Because when someone changes overnight, there's usually a reason. I just didn't know what his reason was yet. The trip was supposed to celebrate us. At least that's what Jason said. Business class flights, luxury hotels, private tour. The whole thing felt strange. Not bad, just strange. Almost like someone was trying too hard. Then things became even stranger. Jason became obsessed with my travel documents. Passport, boarding pass, reservation confirmation. He asked about them constantly. At the time, I assumed he was being organized. Now I know better. The airport was crowded. Gate 14, Boston to Rome, families, business travelers, couples. Everyone preparing to board, including us. At least that's what I thought. Jason checked his watch repeatedly. His phone buzzed several times. Each time he stepped away to answer. When he returned, he seemed nervous, almost anxious. Then boarding began. And everything fell apart. I handed my boarding pass to the gate agent. Before she could scan it, Jason grabbed it. Actually grabbed it out of my hand. At first I thought he was joking. Then he tore it in half. Right down the middle. The sound seemed impossibly loud. The entire gate turned toward us. I stood frozen. The gate agent stared, so did everyone else. Then Jason smiled, actually smiled, and said, "You're not coming." For a moment, I couldn't even process the words. "What?" He shrugged. "As of this morning, we're done." The room went silent. Even the gate agent looked shocked. Then Jason delivered the real blow. He pointed toward a woman standing 20 feet away. A woman I'd never seen before. Young, attractive, confident, and smiling. My stomach dropped, because suddenly everything made sense. The vacation, the secrecy, the nervous behavior. The woman wasn't random. She was replacing me. Jason had planned the entire trip for her, not me. I was simply the person paying for half of it. Here's the part Jason didn't know. I wasn't a stay-at-home spouse. I wasn't financially dependent. And I certainly wasn't helpless. I was a corporate attorney, one who specialized in fraud investigations. Meaning I noticed details, very small details, like the fact that the reservation confirmation I'd received weeks earlier looked different from the one Jason printed. At the time, I ignored it. Now I remembered. And suddenly a very uncomfortable possibility entered my mind. The gate agent quietly asked Jason for identification. He seemed annoyed, but handed it over. She typed something, then typed more, then stopped. Her expression changed immediately. Not surprise, concern, real concern. Then she picked up a phone. Jason stopped smiling. A supervisor arrived, then another, then airport security. The crowd started whispering. Jason looked terrified. Finally he asked, "What's happening?" The supervisor answered. Apparently someone had altered a reservation. Unauthorized passenger changes, unauthorized payment modifications, and a very suspicious refund request, all connected to Jason's account, and all submitted using information that didn't belong to him. Mine. The truth emerged quickly. Jason had secretly transferred portions of the booking, moved expenses, changed traveler information, redirected travel credits, not enough to be criminal, but enough to trigger fraud alerts, and enough to create a paper trail. A very expensive paper trail. The kind lawyers love. I should know. I am one. The woman finally walked over, and immediately realized something was wrong. Very wrong. Jason tried explaining. She listened for about 30 seconds, then asked one question. "Your wife paid for this trip?" Silence. That was answer enough. The woman stared at him, then shook her head, and walked away right there. At gate 14, without another word. The flight left on time without Jason. Without the woman, without me. But unlike Jason, I wasn't worried. Because I had something much more valuable than a vacation. Evidence. And plenty of it. The divorce took 8 months, not because the facts were complicated. Because Jason kept insisting there had been a misunderstanding. There wasn't. The documents were clear. The financial records were clear. The airport footage was very clear, especially the part where he destroyed my boarding pass. Judges tend to dislike that kind of thing. Ending nearly a year later, I received an email. Jason wanted to meet. Against my better judgment, I agreed. The first thing he said was, "I made the biggest mistake of my life." I smiled, because for once he was absolutely right. Then he asked, "Do you ever think about what would have happened if we'd taken that trip?" I laughed. All the time. His face brightened, until I finished. I would have wasted another year with the wrong person. The smile disappeared instantly. Then I stood, picked up my coffee, and walked away. The last time I saw Jason, he was sitting exactly where I'd left him, alone, which felt strangely appropriate, because the moment he tore my boarding pass in half at gate 14. He wasn't ending my trip. He was ending his place in my future.